One of the problems, one of the challenges in getting your work out into the world is a self-judgment. It's the voice that says, you're being arrogant to want it to be seen. Like, it's arrogant and selfish to want your work to have any kind of notoriety or any kind of appreciation by other people. You're taking up too much space, and it's arrogant to think that your work is worth that. This is such a destructive voice, and I just want to put a plug in here for, okay, I get it. You are wanting to be conscientious about other people and not being a hog of space. That's good. And you don't want to be arrogant. That's good. I'm glad. But not putting your work out is a disservice. It's a disservice to you, but it's also a disservice to me. The thing is that as humans, we live as we're collective creatures. We're community-oriented creatures, and we learn from each other. It's part of how we survive, and we're so as cultures, we're so resilient, is that we are able to learn from each other, and we each have our gifts, our particular way of seeing things, our particular way of being able to create things, our particular way of articulating things. And we need to say those things. We need to put it out there. So if you've been making art and having a hard time getting it out into the world, and you're aware that, some of it is pretty good, some of it you really like a lot, then you're ready. You don't have to think all of it is good, because all of it is never going to be good. You have to make a bunch of crap in order to get to the good stuff. You've got to actually slog through things. But the thing is that if you're making work from your heart, if you're making work from your soul, if you're making work that is from this place of what's compelling to you and this discovery, and it's on the edge of your own understanding, and that's a lot of ifs, that's the work that we really need as a culture. And it is super vulnerable to put it out into the world, because you might get judged. And so there's that inner voice that is saying, no, don't do it. You're arrogant for doing that. That's an inner voice that's trying to protect you. It's trying to protect you from getting ridiculed and getting shoved out of the collective, out of the community. So that inner voice is trying to be nice, but it's actually doing harm at this point, because you have done the work to develop work that is of value, and you've done a lot of inner growth, and that inner growth is related to, or it's shown in the work that you're creating. We need it. We need it. As a culture, as cultures, we need it. So I'm asking you to look at that inner voice that's saying, no, it's too arrogant, and say to it, it's okay. It's okay for me to take up this space. Other people take up space, and I can take up space too. And I have something to say that's valuable, and other people have something to say that's valuable. And I'm not being arrogant to bring my gifts to the public, to the people who need to learn from me, who need to see, who need to actually, it's more like need to touch themselves through the way that I touch myself, my inner work. All right, I know it's been a little convoluted, but I hope this is helpful. And I will talk to you soon. I'm really hoping that your heart work makes its way out, and I would love to hear from you and help you get it out into the world. I think it's essential. All right, bye. Oh, subscribe, yes, and pass it on, yes, and pay attention. It's good. I'm happy to have you with me.